Morning, guys. Um, a bit of inefficient price delivery right now, so just kind of sitting and waiting for us to exit this. Normally I would use this trading into this as a propulsion block, but we're seeing some pretty nasty price action that we've been stuck in for a while. So I don't necessarily trust that as much as I would any other day. And I'm gonna wait for us to get out of this, to decide a game plan. So normally I'd like the prospect of this being a propulsion block after this traded into here, but this has been some pretty nasty price action. Let's see. Since about 9:30. So I'm gonna wait to see if we can balance price by coming up to this point here. And from there, if we can do that, I'm gonna wait to see if we can get a PD array or whether this price will continue to do this, but just in a wider range. So things I'm looking for is for this to bounce, which it just did. So I'd like to see price come down and maybe afford us an entry. Um, let's see. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, that looks pretty good. We're above the midpoint of this order block here. So I do like that. Again, I want to see a discount PD array, so I'd like to see price come a bit lower before taking any entry. And that is pretty much what I'd be looking for to enter a trade here. So I don't like this risk to reward here, but would have liked an entry right here. Okay, so I think from here we should see a push higher. If not, we're probably gonna get stuck in this weird price delivery for a bit longer. Yes, I don't like that. I would have wanted to see two candles here and then push up from there. So I'm just gonna close this out right here. Um, Looking at the 1 minute, this could be fine. I'd like to see price push up here and not close below this if we were going to continue bullishly. Um, let's see. Yeah, that's kind of all I have at the moment. This isn't the cleanest price delivery, so. So we're probably gonna hang around here for a little bit. I just don't like that we've been hanging out here for so long, so I'd like to see us leave this area um before trusting anything. So honestly, I think I'm gonna wait to see if we can balance this. So if we can create a balanced price range here, or even just balance this, and then create a PD array, that's what I'd be looking for buy side. And if that's the case, we'd be heading to take this out here. Um, Otherwise, I'd like to see us come below here, and especially use the midpoint of this from below to send us lower, and create some sort of displacement. Otherwise, I'm just kind of gonna sit here while we flush out this inefficient price delivery. Hmm. Cut it out. Stop, please. Quiet. So looking to see if we can balance this price range here. That's for the buy side. Um, it is possible we just have a very slow grind up. That's very inefficient. But with the way that price is trading at the moment, it's kind of hard to trust anything in either direction. Very, very wicky right here. Not much displacement at all. When we do get displacement, we're not really respecting it. Um, so it's kind of what I'm seeing. Looks like a possible propulsion block forming right here. So we've got this order block and this one traded into it, but we've been disrespecting that all morning as well. So kind of waiting here. And you see that this candle just started some sort of delivery. So we're going to see what's happening here. Very possible we don't take a trade here. Still not seeing anything that I like. Even though we are like slowly grinding higher, very possible to see um something here that just creates a row candle straight down. So still very inefficient. can't really. This is so back and forth that we can't see much of the delivery overall because we have to keep this zoomed in so much. So that makes for pretty terrible conditions to trade. Want to watch this volume imbalance here, see how we treat that. Again, very inefficient price delivery, so we may not use this volume imbalance the way that we normally would. So there's that possible rogue candle. I don't know if we're looking at a high resistance sell side delivery here. I'm genuinely uncertain if we are. Um, this order block here is going to be the most important, the midpoint of this. Um, Considering it's super high resistance, if we do continue lower, we could come all the way back up here, but so long as we don't break this, it would remain bearish. But again, very inefficient price delivery, so not not much to really go off of or trust here. Hmm. Nice order block there on the 15-second. Okay, so we're very close to taking out this swing low here. Want to see if we actually do that. So if we are going to continue lower here, we'd want to see this candle or the very next candle start to head down. Otherwise, I think it's going to be either incredibly inefficient going lower or we could just turn around here. So this candle right here is pretty important at the moment. I want to watch to see if we respect the midpoint of this. Doesn't look like we will. So it looks like we should come through this. I'll watch for the next candle to tap this one. So although this seems like pretty crappy price delivery, right now it seems a little more algorithmic than it did. So watching this. We're right back into that Terrible delivery there. TGIF level for a 20% retracement from this week's high would be 21,482.75. So we do want to watch that level right down here. So this liquidity run is incredibly high resistance. Not too upset that I'm not in it. So there's that 20% retracement, I believe. Yep. Hmm. So if we were to continue lower, this would be the next area of sell side liquidity. So I believe around 468, 21, 468. But this doesn't seem to have much follow through at all today, so we'll see if we actually get there. It's incredibly manipulated price today. So we have pretty much balanced this price range here. Pretty close, but not just yet. 534.75. Okay. Okay, so we balanced that price range. So ideally, I'd like to see an order block that trades into this one here. before taking anything. Yeah, like that. This is really, really rough price action. So we want to see how this one closes. Okay, so not going to take that because we closed below this. Let's see if this gets balanced here. Balanced. This is incredibly hard to see because we've been in this range for so long. So we probably won't see lower before we start to run off here. It seems like price is starting to shift a little bit more toward cleaner delivery. I mean, it's still not very clean, but it's at least a little better than it was. So considering this for propulsion block right here, I want to see price trade a little bit lower first. So it's still pretty inefficient. I do think we're going to see higher, but just very inefficient delivery right now. So watch this. This may be a propulsion block that's straight into here. So it could take an entry with a stop at 21,544.50. Okay. So very inefficient here. Not entirely sure what we're using. Let's see. Oh, we're right back into this range here. So I guess I'm gonna sit sidelined. If we were to balance this price range here, so if price was to come up to about 21,581, um, I'd reconsider another long, but I think we might get stuck in this area for a bit here. So we want to see price close above the midpoint of this wick here, but we also want to see this get balanced. At this point, I don't see much of a reason to need to go much lower, especially if we can balance this here, come to this 581 area. Okay, so this should just start to expand. I don't I don't think we'll want to come lower here so long as this candle here just starts to push up. But this is just incredibly inefficient, so I'm not able to get the best read on it that I normally can. Hmm. So this might be a propulsion block. Let's look to see if this candle here starts to displace higher. So watch the 1 minute, see if we trade into this here. Sheesh, this is pretty gnarly price action. I think I'm probably going to be done in the next 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I just don't really feel like trading in this slop. So we've closed above the midpoint of this here. At this point, should allow us to go a little higher. Just gonna check this and see if we mm, yeah, that's not clean. Got the 15. Yeah. Today might just not be a very safe day to trade. This isn't very clean, even up to the 15 minute. Um 1 hour 1 hour looks okay, but I don't know. I don't think I'd want to trade this. So we'll hang out for a couple minutes more, but I'm gonna call it a day. HJ, get that out of here. Hmm. Trade it back into this fair value gap here. Mm, if we weren't getting this crazy price action right here, I could see this being a propulsion block. We've got the order block here. Then this order block not trading down into it, but not closing below halfway. But I don't really trust that with this price delivery. So I'm actually gonna bring this over because if we do trade below the midpoint of this, we could see lower for longer. And this coincides with the midpoint of the first presented fair value gap. So if we were to manage to get down here and close below these two things, we could see lower for longer. There's a decent liquidity pool down here, but we're clearly range bound right now. Nah, it doesn't. I don't really trust this yet. This is like a halfway decent propulsion block, but nah, I don't know if I really trust it. This is wild. I would look for this to head higher though, based off of where we are right now. Clean out that wick. I like that we balanced this. This is really hard price action to trade through though, so what I'd like to see is a pretty explosive candle for the buy side here, but not loving the PA. That one was weak. So ideally would like to start to see an expansion here. Okay, so we're coming up on 11 here. I'm gonna close up shop around 11. Okay. Gonna close up now. Obviously getting some sort of delivery here, especially seeing what this candle is doing. But just gonna close up shop and go about the day. Hope you guys all have a good day as well.